Okay, round 2, we're going to keep this hand, definitely. We get to go Freighter into Trinketeer, which is pretty good. Opponent is on the play. Okay. So now we can go Freighter into Glintsleeve Artisan into Trinketeer, because then you can pump this dude's servo, but I'm not sure if we need to do that. All right, Sky Skiff. That would have been a good card for our deck. So I definitely like Built to Smash in this hand, with the Freighter especially, the Trample. I guess that's what this gives though, isn't it? But still, making a, what, a 8/7 Trampler? That's big. That is a big turn 4 attacker. Mind Rot. All right, so what's our discard here? We can function with 3 lands, so I think we have no double red, right? So we can afford to dump the mountain. And then our other dump is maybe the Artisan. Could be the Built to... Actually, I guess I can afford to dump a Built to Smash here. As much as I like Built to Smash, I think it makes more sense to get some synergistic multi-bodies out here. Okay. I would have discarded the Mastodon, probably. All right, let's get our Freighter out there. Let the beats begin. All right. Pillar Bug. So let's go Artisan. Make a servo. Activate. Get in for 5. And even though the Pillar Bug's got lifelink, at least it costs our opponent a mana, which is actually pretty valuable this early in the game. And next turn, like I said, we can play the Trinketeer, activate the Freighter with that. We can get in for like 9, which is a lot. I mean, this still feels like a favorable race. Fireweaver in a hand that's got... I mean, it's not a bad draw. Well, I mean, it synergizes with the Trinketeer, although we don't have the mana yet to activate the Trinketeer. How many 3 mana or less artifacts do we have? 1, 2, 3. We actually don't have a ton, do we? So yeah, do I want to keep Fireweaver on top? I mean, technically, I guess it can block a Pillar Bug. I'm not going to be playing it right away because we're going Trinketeer. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it. I mean, land would be useful too. Build towards the Mastodon. Yeah, I'm not 100% on that. Okay. All right. So let's go Trinketeer. Activate. All right. So now our opponent can't get the lifelink off the bug. Ooh, 3-color. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. So Welding Sparks is very much an ace in the hole right now because we can attack with our freighter and it'll be fairly safe. I mean, our opponent could also triple block, but they're going to be in some trouble. So let's just... Opponent's at 8. I'm trying to think here. Maybe I freighter with the servo, swing with all 3. My opponent can block the pillar bug on the artificer, or the probably, I mean, I don't want to lose the trinketeer, but at the same time, this is a really good opportunity. So let's say I activate, maybe I activate the freighter with the trinketeer to keep the trinketeer safe. Swing with all 3. What's my opponent's best blocks? They can activate the sky skip, so they could eat my 2/2s. So that means we're just going to swing with the freighter. Okay. So we're just swinging with the freighter. Let's do this. And pretty likely just doing a Welding Sparks. Depending on how my opponent blocks, of course. I mean, I'm 100% sure we're going to be casting Welding Sparks this turn. There's just no way my opponent takes this. But I guess I'm more curious how they block. I guess I'm not 100% I'm casting Welding Sparks. I'm just mostly sure I'm casting Welding Sparks. Yeah, they could double block here, and then we're just going to punish. Huh. All right. That's kind of an odd block, but they must have feared the worst here, as they should. So we'll take out the Sky Skiff. Get some tramply damage in there. And pass. All right. Self-assembler with backup. I think it's a little too late, though. The damage has kind of been done. Attacking here. It's a pretty confident attack. Could I kill my opponent on backswing? They go to 7. So I play a mechanic. I activate the freighter. I attack with everything. My opponent blocks here, blocks there, takes 4, goes to 3. I guess they're not dead then. But we're going to take this. I see. All right. So trading a freighter for a self-assembler. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. I could attack with the Artificer too. If my opponent blocks the self-assembler on the Artificer, they end up taking a lot of damage. So I think I'm actually okay with this. Like, I don't think they can afford to take this damage. Yeah, and I'm really happy with this. So, play 2 Fire Weavers. And then just set up to go to town with the Trinketeer. I guess I lost my mechanic value a little bit, but if I draw a land, I've got the Mastodon. I'm just saying in case they kill the Trinketeer. Okay. No problemo. I guess they still get to attack, don't they? That Pillar Bug doing his job. Yeah, so I think I should have actually used the Trinketeer to activate the Freighter. Probably both those turns. And that would have been smarter. Another Fire Weaver. Well, do I want to start shocking my opponent now, or just play yet another Fire Weaver? What happens if I play another Fire Weaver? My opponent attacks with... I don't know. Getting another servo feels kind of good to me. Could actually go Fire Weaver Mechanic as well. That gives me fairly good defense. Okay. We're going to go Fire Weaver Mechanic here with no bounce. All right. So opponent kills our guys, gains some life. See if he has a third self-assembler. Does not. So let's just slam the Mastodon here. Lightning bolt our opponent and pass. Okay. All right. No cards left in our opponent's hand. That's a draw we're not worried about. So we're not going to lose our Mastodon, so we'd rather just spit out a servo and chump block. Because we've got our opponent on a clock now. Okay. Huh. Just trying to gain some life, I guess. But now I don't know why they're leaving the Prowler back. I wonder, could I have killed? No, because of the lifelink, I couldn't kill my opponent there. Pretty timely top deck. But, let's see. I've got 7 attackers. So my opponent goes to 6. Yeah, that's got to be game. Opponent made it interesting, though, for sure. So block, block. Let's see. I've got... My opponent's got 4 blockers. Yeah, we'll just... equip here. That should do it. All right. So, playing against Jund. Quite a bit of life gain, actually. At least 3, right? Rush, the Pillar Bug, and a Tidy Conclusion. So, life gain potential there. I could bring in Artifact Hate, Demolish, Gremlin. For self-assemblers, really not that great. Oh, he's also got the 2/2 flying lifelink. Huh? Well, we have spot removal too, so I'm not overly worried about it. But do I even want the? I guess Demolish can also technically take out a land for the splash. Did we even see the splash? I don't think we did. But it all seems kind of unnecessary. I think we'll just leave it the way it is. That was an example of we made it to the late game and just went off Fireweavers in the late game. So let's try it again. Or went off Fireweavers in the late game. Did I say Flyers? Am I going crazy? On the draw. Yeah, I'll keep this on the draw. Get our Fireweavers set up. So, do I want to play the second Fireweaver, the Artisan? I kind of feel like it makes more sense to do the Artisan. Ooh, well, never mind. Plans have changed. So now I don't know if I want to trade 1 for 4 damage. I'd rather trade 0 for 2, which means I think we just play Freighter and pass. So I can block the construct. Just because I feel like we're more easily going to be able to put the game away with Freighter if we prevent damage to ourselves now. All right. So if I draw a land, I could play Fireweaver and leave up to Pyrohelix, but I don't know if that's good. I mean, it is an option. So I can go Fireweaver, activate my Freighter attack, leave up Pyrohelix to kill Wild Wanderer, or just kill Wild Wanderer. Not even give my opponent the option. Makes better use of mana than the Artisan now. Okay. Alright, let's do that. And like I said, I'm going to play around the Rush of Vitality. So we're just going to activate this and smash. And Pyrohelix the Wanderer to prevent damage to us. So if they want a tidy conclusion our Freighter, we're not going to make it overly easy for them. If they make the, I was going to say, if they make the 4-2, that would tell me they were planning on blocking, I would think. But maybe they're planning on racing, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to race. Okay. Alright. So be it. So we'll play the Artisan. Ooh, and then I can go Mastodon too. But the problem with Mastodon is then I'm going to have a hard time activating the Freighter. So maybe well, I guess then my opponent could attack with the squad and the Skyskiff, and they could kill the Mastodon. So I think we are actually just going to go Artisan here just to make sure I have enough blockers. So nuke the opponent. Activate the Freighter. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, still walk out of that pretty happy. Still trample onto our opponent, get rid of a Blossoming Defense, which would have been excellent against our Warden. And have a better, well, it's not exactly like a strictly better board presence, but it's pretty good board presence. And I can deal with most bombs. All right, so we'll deal with that little fella. Yeah, that's set up for a nice Mastodon here. So let's go Warden. Take Prowler out of commission. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. The servo takes 4. Yeah, we're going to do that. Because we're going to play another Fireweaver, and all the damage matters here. Although, I mean, Tidy Conclusion gains them 3 life now, which is quite a bit. Ooh, Hunt the Weak. All right. It's pretty good. Get the Prowler back. All right. So go to 7. Didn't attack with the Skiff, though. A little confused about that. I guess they were worried about losing their Prowler and just dying. Wow. Well, let's go Mastodon because the 4th Fireweaver is pretty unnecessary. If I were to attack with everything, my opponent could block my 2 biggest guys, still take 2 and go to 1. It's not quite lethal. No attacks. Well, that's good news. Built to smash. It's also pretty slick. So let's go attack with everything. Opponent blocks. Blocks. Feels like Built to Smash should win us the game here, so let's go Vigilance. I guess this is unsafe if my opponent's last card is Tidy Conclusion. I mean, I feel as though we're in the better position here. We're not at risk of dying either, but our opponent does have lifelink they could draw into. So, I mean, I could kill my opponent if they have nothing here. If they do have something, we're not dead, but we're in some trouble. I think we just go for the lethal and make them have it. Let's just end this game if we can. So our opponent blocks here, blocks here, blocks here, takes 2. We Built to Smash. Trample over. All right. Didn't activate the Skiff, interestingly. All right, got there. See you in round 3.